You know, having a baby is a huge change in the lives of everyone in your home. And dogs need to know the habits and social order of their pack in order to be comfortable. Now, no matter what breed your dog is, or how well behaved it is, or even how friendly and non-aggressive it is, remember that your dog is still an animal. And if a dog feels worried enough or resentful enough, it can begin behaviors that can cause trouble and could even turn on your baby in extreme cases. Now, as you watch this video, you're going to see the logical steps to take to keep everyone happy and to start your baby's journey with a wonderful friend. Remember that dogs, and well, really most humans, don't like abrupt changes. So start all changes early and slowly. Make all changes in a relaxed way so your dog can get used to everything before you just show up with a baby. Try to keep in mind that although you understand what is happening when the new baby arrives, your dog probably doesn't. Suddenly, your attention is diverted away from your dog, and there are new objects like a changing table, a stroller, and many other things that show up in the home. Everything smells different, and there's lots of toys for your baby in the house too. So if you can, bring any things you have with the baby's scent on it, like maybe a receiving blanket, formula, diapers, and a baby bag, home early so the dog can get used to them. Once your dogs know the scent, they will recognize your baby as soon as you bring it home. Now, we also recommend that you use your time before the baby arrives to go over training and commands with your dog. Think of the commands that may be useful, such as leave it if your dog picks up a baby toy and you want him to drop it. It's also a good idea to have a checkup for your dog at the vet before your new baby arrives. Your vet can check for anything the dog could pass to the baby, such as worms or ticks. Now, remember that your dog looks forward to its daily exercise probably more than you could ever imagine. So it's very important that you don't cut the exercise and playtime with your dog when the baby arrives. Now, if you do have to shorten the amount of time devoted to exercise, do it gradually over a long period of time before the baby arrives. And remember that your dog can be upset if suddenly this baby shows up and its food bowl and water is moved someplace, its beds and crate are moved, and maybe the treats are moved too. Now that's upsetting to a dog and may cause resentment of the baby. Now, remember that if you don't have any children now, your dog may not be familiar with children, and so squeaks and cries and so on will seem strange to the dog and could even worry it. It's a good idea to invite friends and relatives with children to come by for a visit so that your dog can get socialized for children and not fear or resent them. Now, you're also going to need to dog-proof your home, and soon after that, you're probably going to have to baby-proof it too. You're going to have to be sure that things like paper towels and baby clothes aren't in the area where your dog can destroy them. Now, be prepared for accidents and destructive behavior from your dog, but try to see this behavior as a cry for help. Some breeds are kind of famous for being good with children and others are not. The interesting thing is that society's picture of which breeds are great with kids changes over time with fashion. For example, pit bulls were known as the nanny dog in the 1920s because they were so good with kids. But now many people consider them monsters who attack children. Now, my experience and research indicates that the breed does not matter as much as the way you socialize it and introduce your dog and your new baby. Do a careful introduction over a long period of time with lots of exercise, love, and support, and your dog will learn to love and accept the newest little pack member.